So this is like a 90s thing, but they brought it back. It's a JBL 2024 Bass Pro Tube 12, and that's what I'm going to be installing in the car today. Luckily, I've already got the wires and everything wired up because the previous owner in the Subaru already had a subwoofer. He didn't have a bass tube, but he did have a subwoofer and it's got all the wires I need, luckily. So let's get it unboxed and install it. This one is a 12-inch and it's a BP12. I'll put a link in the description for this. Got it from Car Audio Security and it is massive. Also comes with an adjuster, so this will go in the front of the car. It goes into the bass tube by this wire, and you plug the wire into the bass tube and into that, and you feed that through to the front of the car just so you can adjust the stuff really in all the levels. So just taking the packaging off, this thing is literally huge. It's 12 inches like I said. This is the main speaker here where the music comes out of, and all the power will get pushed out of here, so it like sucks the air out. Here's the amp. It's already built into this bass tube, which is so much easier than having to get another sub, try and put it somewhere else in the car. It's just better to have it all in one, I think. It's called a slipstream, and that's where all the air comes out. It also comes with straps as well because it's a cylinder. It's obviously not going to be the most effective when you're like driving the car, and say if you brake heavy, it would just roll. So it has straps, so you can strap it so it wouldn't roll. Obviously that's the only downside to this compared to a normal square one, but that's about it really. Let's go and put it in the car. Here's a better look of what the speaker looks like. Obviously this has got a plastic shield on. They don't normally have this, but in a way I think it's better. So I had any tools rolling around in the back of the boot of the car, say, or anything sharp, and it was to cut the thing, your sub's blown then. But luckily this has got a case on. It's actually metal too, which is even better. This is plastic and the actual mesh is metal. And this is the amp and slipstream. There isn't a design on the back, so if you didn't want to see the JBL part, you could just swap that around. But to be fair, when you pay a lot of money for something, you do more than likely want to have a logo on show. Now I'm going to wire it up and we can get a sound test of what this actually sounds like with the bass and the amp. So let's get it installed. Got the wires ready. Let's get it done. This is cylinder, like I said, but it does have a square bottom, so it does make it sit. So it sits nice, but obviously it does roll. So if you broke heavy, it would just move, so you would have to strap this down. Also comes with a manual, the straps, a fuse and a wire if in case you don't have an aftermarket stereo, and a couple other bits will go through. Fuses in the back, that's where your wires will connect up. That's where the remote control adapter is, where it runs into the front of the car. You can turn your phase up from 0 to 180. You've got your bass boost there which you adjust, and your gain. You've got your line inputs on your left and right, and then your high input on the very end. So a nice and easy one, red to red, like that, and then the white would be the black. Make sure it pushes on there nicely and nice and tight, and then the fuse is already in, so then you plug your remote in if you want the remote part in, and now we just need to connect this wire, the earth and positive over here. I'm just going to put an end on that like this, just so I can unscrew those and then get them in. All three screws are now loosened up, so you move around. You don't have to take them all the way out. And now these will slide under, and then once they're under you just tighten them back up, and then they will be connected, and then your speaker is ready to go. I've got all my wires in. My red one's going on the 12, the blue one's going on REM, and the brown is going on the earth. I'm about to put in the remote control. That should be the last wire now. And it is now in. Now we should be good to go. So that wire you can see is for if you don't have an aftermarket stereo. So as you can see, I've got a Pioneer one which doesn't come standard with a Subaru. So for me it's a bonus, so I don't need that wire, but I've just put it in really just so it's there so I don't lose it if I ever do need it. But if you do have that wire, you have to take apart your door card. I'm not sure how many, I don't know if it's just one, but you do have to splice that wire to that speaker so that it gets a signal from the speakers, so that the speakers are in sync with the bass tube. Otherwise that bass tube is going to only bring out sound or bass on its own and not through the speakers from the actual door cards. Whereas if you have an aftermarket stereo, you can get rid of all these issues, and rather than having to buy an extension for that wire and all of that. So really I'm quite lucky, and if you've got the same predicament as me, you are too. Because now if I go and turn the car on, you'll see that that green light is coming on. It looks a bit white on camera, but it is green, which you can see just there. That's how your wires should look now. And now we can give it a sound test. Right, so I'm in the front of the car and I've wired the adjuster to the front of the car so it runs through the back, under the floor and the edges of the trim of the car. Through here basically. So it just goes underneath, so it's literally just lifted up slightly and the wire goes through. I've got a Subaru, so conveniently for me, I've just managed to get the wire through. So when I pull this down, it brings down the adjuster. I have the adjuster in there. You can either screw these up or put double-sided tape on. I tried the double-sided tape, but it seems to have fallen back down. But you can adjust the bass settings basically by turning it up and down. Where the red line is where you'll get the bass from. So minimum to maximum. So I'm going to put on some copyright-free music and play some music for you. And I'll put it on minimum and then I'll go to the very max, just so you have a full understanding of what this actually sounds like and how it performs with the bass. Because I've got JBLs in the front and back of the door cards, but they're not quite the best. They're alright, but they're a bit muggy, so it's not as clear as you'd like it to be. But hopefully with this bass tube now, it should make all the notes a bit clearer and a bit more smooth, and the bass a lot better. Because I think it struggles with the bass because the vocals kind of go on top of the bass, so it all just starts going a bit scratchy. So hopefully this now will be the way forward. So I'm going to connect my phone up and we'll play some music. Right, so this is just a speaker with the very minimum of the bass tube, which you can see just there. That's where the red line is. It ain't going any further back than that, but let's try it as this, and then we'll move up to the medium level and the highest level it goes. Right, so I'm going to play it now. This is also only going to be on volume 20. This goes so much further than that, depending on what stereo you've got and how good your speakers are. But I'm going to try it on 20. I think that should be plenty for now, so it's not too crackly on the video. Because you've got to think, this is that loud that it's going to break the video's mic, like, sound quality. So no matter how good your mic is, it's always going to go a bit crackly. So I'm going to put it to a sound standard where you can kind of get a feel of what it's going to sound like. The best way to feel the bass in this is to put earphones on if you're watching. If you're just watching on a normal speaker or just on your phone, it's not going to have the same bass effect as if it will if you've got your headphones on. So I recommend putting your earphones on for this one. So this is on minimum. So as you can see, there's not a lot of bass coming out at the minute, so I'm going to turn it up a bit. This is on medium. Now I'm going to turn it to the max. This is loud. So you've heard low, you've heard medium. Now we're just going to fully send it. On the very max it can go on volume 20. So just take in mind that this isn't even its maximum. This is literally their minimum of what it can do. Let's replay the song and send it again. This is max on the bass tube volume there. as you can tell. This thing's nuts. This is outside of the car. I think you get the picture. And this is inside. It is mental. I didn't expect it to be this good. I'm actually really happy with this. I'm gonna pull the back down now. If you haven't bought this already, go in that description and buy it now. That is honestly insane. I didn't think it would be that good. This was meant to be for like a little hatchback, so like say my old Vauxhall Corsa, that's what it was meant to be for. This is a saloon car and it is mental. So imagine that in a little hatchback. You're literally asking to get evicted from your property, from your neighbours, because they are going to hate you. I just had someone screaming outside their window telling me to shut the up. So that's how you know it's good. If they can hear it from all the way up there, 3 stories high, that is telling you to go and buy it. This ain't even sponsored, but go in that description now and go and buy that. I'm honestly so happy with that. Best sound system I've ever actually bought. That is nuts. It even says in their description, like I've already said a minute ago, that this is for a little hatchback car, not a saloon. And in the saloon, so a lot of people wouldn't buy it because they don't think it's going to be good enough. It's good enough. It's literally shaking the whole car, and I've got sound deadening pads everywhere in the car, in the door cards, in the boot as well. So it is worth the buy, I would say. So thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you think down below. I hope the audio sounds as good as what it does in real life, but you can't really get the same picture. But like I said before, try it with your headphones in before you comment down below. It sounds weird on just your normal phone because it's always going to sound different. But again, if you're not a fan of the big bassy hardcore volume and you just want something to give that a little bit better volume from your normal speakers, this is also good as well. As you would have heard from the beginning of where I started from low to mid to high, it is honestly perfect for whatever situation because it's got that adjustable adapter. Without that, I think it might be a bit much. You can also tune this space tube on the back like a little flathead screwdriver. You just turn it to get the best quality of sound that suits your needs. It's literally fine if you just want it for a bit more better volume than what you actually have on your own speakers, like built into the car. Or if you like heavy DNB and you just want to blast your songs off because you're in that type of mood, it is perfect for that as well. So I definitely recommend this. JBL smashed it with this one. I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching this video, and comment your video ideas down below of what you want to see next.